Yeah. Yeah. Turn me up a little. Sure. Oh. Yeah. Walking, I am calm, but the message loud. No circus talk, I do not play for crowd. I do not chase clicks, I chase clarity. Truth with the rhythm that is therapy. If it feel heavy, that is how it lands. Real life questions in the palm of your hand. We talk love, we talk pain, we talk pride, we talk what folks hide when they outside. This that head nod, mind open, say it straight, no fine print. If it hit you, do not rush, let it sit, let it sink in. Chew on that. Real talk, real issue, where the truth stay at. No smoke, no mirrors, just the facts. If it spark that thought, bring it back. You need to digest this. Chew on that. You need to digest it. Chew on that. Everybody gotta take, I gotta land. I ask one question, then I ask again. What you believe and why you believe it? Who fed it to you? Did you ever read it? We do not do beef, we do not do hate. We do not do fake peace just to feel safe. We dig in deep, then we pull it up. Turn hard conversations into grown love. Breathe. Let it play, if it cut you, it can heal the same. If you're ready for the work, let me see you stand. If you're ready for the truth, put your heart in your hands. Oh, chew on that. Real talk, real issue, where the truth stay at. No smoke, no mirrors, just a fact. If it spark that thought, bring it back. You need to digest this. Chew on that, on that. Yeah, you need to digest it. Chew on that. This is true on that. Real talk, real issues. You need to digest this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Randy Choo, aka Mr. Choo On That, and you already know that I always come with the heaters and the slappers for your intellectual capacity. Today, I have a very special guest that's going to be with me, and I'm not going to lie, I'm excited for this one. I don't always bring people onto my platform, but those who we deem are worthy of said caliber, right? Listen, I know I usually do books and business at the beginning of the show, but this episode is special in particular because we are going to be talking about something in a unique way that I feel like the world needs to hear right now. The love bomb trap. Recognizing it, healing from it, and rising from it. And my very special guest that I'm about to bring up, I want her to introduce herself to you guys and point out where her book is. But before she does that, I want y'all to see where you can get her book from for the books and business segment. Boom, there she is. It's available on Amazon, The Love Bomb, but I'm going to bring her up so she can talk about all of this stuff within this book that we need to hear from someone who's actually walked through it. This is not just head knowledge. This is real life experience. And again, like we say on this platform, you can hate it, you can love it, but you're going to have to chew on this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing up my very special guest. Let's give her a round of applause. Miss Harris. Oh, my goodness. So glad to have you on the platform. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. This is special.
Awesome. So listen, I want you to take real quick, just introduce who you are and tell my audience where you can get where they can get your book and what else, everything you got going on. We're going to do this again at the end of the episode as well. So just let everybody know who you are and how your work can help them get out of this daggone trap.
I love that you titled this The Love Bomb Trap, because that is exactly what it is. It is a trap. And you don't know that it's a trap while you're in it, because you're being love bombed. And for people that don't know what love bombing is, they will by the end of this episode.
Absolutely.
So I am Dianne Harris. I am a relationship coach, and I work with people who have been in unhealthy relationships and are ready to be in the healthiest relationship that they can with themselves, first and foremost. And then when they're ready, to start to choose and attract healthy love into their lives.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Love bomb. Y'all know what it is. It's the love bomb trap. So listen, Dianne, so honored to have you on the show. Your book is called Love Bomb. It just came out last month, correct? Or this month?
May 1st.
May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it is fresh. Get it on Amazon. You know, because some people thought that they were in love. Some people actually found out they were deceived. Some people feel like they found their person, right? And then some people feel like this is the magical one, like God sent this. So whoever they believe in, universe, you know, people have their own things, you know. And they feel like because the passion and the intensity and all of those things are there, that this is destined to be and all of this stuff. So let me start by asking this. What actually led you to write this book? And I know that is a long, deep dive, but we got time. Go ahead and get into it.
I love this question. What led me to write this book was towards the end of this relationship that I was in, which was also a marriage. I was so deeply confused that the person that I was absolutely in love with and was going to grow old with could mistreat me so badly over and over and over through so many years. And I truly did not want other people to feel this way. Wow. And so I said, I'm not a trained writer, but I needed to take these feelings from my soul and put them on paper and write my story out so I could teach other people before they got into the point of no return. I didn't want other people to feel the pain and the debilitating confusion that I was in. And so I decided to write a memoir. And I started at the beginning of the relationship where I was completely infatuated and in love with this person. And so,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't start like where it was bad. I started where it was amazing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good because a lot of people like to tell just like the bad portion. They don't actually like to talk about the beginning portion and how they got deceived and the whole transition and all of that. So when did you realize like, this is the right moment for me to start writing this book? Like what clicked, what registered in your brain to be like, you know what? I need to sit down and I need to write this memoir.
Once the divorce was over and everything, I had to start my healing process. So that took some time, a couple of years. And then I decided to look into what it took to write a memoir. I literally went on YouTube and put in how to write a memoir.
That's dope. That's dope.
And so I hired someone to teach me how to write an outline for the memoir. Okay. I mean, I did it the right way, you know, and I wrote the outline, and then I took like 9 months off. Like I was like, I can't do this. Wow. And then I went back to it and I like kind of just like chipped away at it because it was so difficult. I was learning how to do this as I was healing. So
wow.
Yeah. It took me 3 years to write it. Not continuously, but you know, back and forth. And I hired a coach. I hired a literary coach to help me write it. So I couldn't have done it without her.
Yeah.
I needed that support. Yeah.
Oh man. So Dianne, I want to start with a definition, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
believe that if we don't define things correctly, then we cannot discern it correctly, right?
Very good. Yes.
So a lot of people think love bombing just means someone is being extra nice and moving fast and all of those things. But I think it's much deeper than that. It's not just about attention. It actually is has an agenda attached to it, right? And
Absolutely.
it's not just about affection. It's like an affection with like a hook that
Mm-hmm.
like brings you into it. And so how would you define love bombing?
What you said was all very true. So love bombing is a tactic that people can use in the beginning of a relationship if
Mm,
if they have an agenda, if they're manipulative. And it starts out with, flattery and early gifts, early flattery. The pace of the relationship is quick. There's early I love yous and early you're my soulmate, and let's, like kind of digging their claws in and like hooking them in, future faking too. Is future faking is like talking about the future really quick. Oh, believe me, we could have a whole dictionary here. But
yeah, yeah.
the pacing's fast. The pacing is
Wow.
fast,
Wow.
and which is a big red flag. And the to add to what you said, what happens is once they gain your trust, then the script flips, and once they know that they have your emotional dependency, then they kind of turn, right? And
Wow.
that's where the confusion starts to come in, and they can switch on a dime, and that's where the kind of emotional abuse can
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
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 So like, the gaslighting and the manipulation can start, and
Yeah.
then that's where the confusion starts with the most of the time it's women, sometimes it's men. I mean, women can do this too. And then it's a cycle. So then like once the love bombing is in the cycle of abuse, so then there's like there's a big there's a fight, there's a rage or something, and then once that like settles, then the relationship goes back to like good for a while, and then the love bombing starts again. So
Oh
it's a
wow.
cycle. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like a cycle of like genuine affection that gets faded into the manipulative
Hmm.
intensity, and then it just like keeps rotating and rotating and
Yes.
rotating. How
I
did
don't actually
you
think, I don't think that just to, I don't think the infection is ever genuine, but
Oh wow. Wow. You don't think that
yeah.
so at the beginning it's automatically with a motive. It's not actual genuine affection. Is that what I'm getting from you? Let's talk. Let's dive into it.
I mean, once you go through that for so many years, it's hard to believe that there is any
Yeah.
authenticity to it. It
Yeah.
really is.
Do you think that the other person has manipulated or deceived themselves into thinking that it's genuine, but it's really not?
Oh, yes. That's excellent. Excellent question.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, see, this is where my philosophical brain starts to
Yes.
go, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh my
Hmm.
god. And we have to let people know like love isn't proven by intensity. It's proven by
Exactly.
integrity. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like you have to be a
Hmm.
person that is a person of your word, and your actions
Hmm.
align with the affections that you're showing, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
so how can okay, there's a saying that one of my podcast OGs, Zoe Williams, always says, and he says, we always talk about actions speak louder than words. And but he says that intentions speak louder than actions, because I can modify my behavior for you to get you for a moment, but
Hmm.
then the truth will come out eventually, right?
Yes.
If you don't mind sharing some nuggets on how people can begin to even question if the person that they're dealing with is being genuine towards them, or or is this manipulative behavior, so to speak.
I like what you just said about that. The intentions have to, it's like the long-term thing, because the actions, yes, the actions have to, they have to show their actions, right? But those can be fleeting. The intentions is longer term, right? I think that your friend that said that really has something, but it has to stay, right? It can't be, next month it changes. The intentions are long term. So you really need to see that. And then if you don't see that, then it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Right.
Yeah. And the reason why I asked that is because so often people listen to podcasts and all of the above, and they don't never practically put this into application in their life, right? So for the people that's listening right now who might be wondering, how do I even know that I'm being love bombed? Like, I want to be careful, because not everyone who is excited to be with someone is not like toxic or love bombing them or all of those things. But like you said, there is a pattern, there is a sign. And what are some of the early signs, symptoms, warnings that someone is being love bombed?
Well, I mean, the writing for me was on the wall. Like, it's almost embarrassing to say this, but like, the things that, like, the gifts that were given to me were used as leverage in the heat of the moment. So like, say it was a Louis Vuitton bag, prime example, like, when in the heat of the moment, like, you're not worthy of that now, because you're not being the person that I need you to be now. So like, basically,
so forget your Louis Vuitton bag until your actions align to what I want you to do.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh,
100%.
Wow. Oh wow.
Yes, I mentioned this in the book too. There's like things that come out in the heat of the moment that you can't take back. And they're hurtful. They're really hurtful. And like gifts, like, or trips, or like high-end designer items that come back and are thrown in your face when in the heat of the moment, and you're not worthy of that. And that's like love bomb right there. Like, that's using things that that you were deserving of, right? And then taking it back as like leverage, using it as leverage. Wow. Yeah, and that happened throughout the whole entire relationship.
So leveraging what I call emotional blackmail, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Emotional blackmail, like, you're going to acquiesce to what I want your behavior pattern to be in order to be deemed worthy of said items or trips or oh my God,
you're only worthy of these things while you're being my dream woman. And when you're not worthy of these things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
That is such a paradigm shift, especially for the online world, who has this you behave this way and I reward you kind of mindset, right? And so relationships aren't genuine, they're transactional at this point. If you do this, then I will do this for you. And so, like, outside of like romantic relationships, do you think that this happens in friendships, families, workspaces, business connections? Like
100%. 100%.
What have you seen? What have you seen? Talk to us. Let me pull that out.
I can see it happen with like parents to children, because if they don't know how to love their children correctly, right? They can just love bomb them with like sending them to the best colleges. But then if you don't get the grades, then of course, there's like behind closed doors, there's verbal and emotional abuse. Absolutely. Yeah. In business. Oh, sure. I mean, especially if you have a boss, right? Yeah. I mean, love bombing. I mean, it's all about power and control, right?
Okay.
All abuse is about power and control.
Wow. That's
all it is, whether it's financial, physical, emotional, verbal, all about power and control.
So you said that it was the writing on the wall in the beginning for you, but you kind of like didn't see it or overlook it? Go deeper into that. What do you mean?
So
Like, what did you ignore?
I ignored, well, so the love in this relationship on my part was 110% real. So that's what
Gotcha.
made this really difficult because, and I'll say this all day long, like my book is not a revenge book. It's a love story that didn't
Wow.
end a love story. Like the first part of this book, probably half of the first half maybe is a love story. I love this man with all of my being. Like I literally thought I had never been in love before at 39 years old when I was falling in love with this person. I was like, wow. Like I was married before and I was like, I have just never felt like this about somebody before. So I was like, wow, like we were literally growing old together. So I was like, okay, so we're gonna make this work, right? I'm gonna help him get rid of these demons inside of him that is causing him to mistreat me like this.
Yeah.
So I believed in him that he was going to change, right? So what kind of person like leaves their partner when they need you to help them to get better, right? So that was me. So I had this hope that this person was going to change, and so that's why I stayed. Because when the times were good, Randy, they were great. They were great. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like the red flags were wrapped up in roses, right? Like
yes.
Yeah, they were disguised in those roses.
Yeah.
And for those that are listening, like sometimes those roses, those red flags that are wrapped in roses it could be everything that you want it to be. The good morning text, the calling you, you're each other's soulmates, and they wanting you all the time, wanting access to you all the time. Everything seems so perfect. Do you think that, in a sense, this manipulative behavior has left society full of people that have emotional dependency?
Yes, absolutely. Unless they can get out of it.
Wow.
Like it was extremely hard for me to get out of it. Extremely hard.
Wow.
Extremely. Yes.
Wow. That would.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, but that withdrawal after the love bombing hurt you so badly. What did that process feel like for somebody who may be either just leaving a relationship or thinking of leaving the relationship because they are aware that this is going on? What were the stages of grief and all of that you went through?
I think it's almost like getting off drugs because you're literally like addicted to this person. Like your oxytocin and like all those chemicals in your body. It's called a trauma bond. See, I'm full of all these things. Like it's called a trauma bond. Like your brain is literally addicted to this person. Like, cause you love them, you love them, and you it's like hot and cold, right? So like you're addicted to the person that they show you that they can be, right? And like the loving, caring, like, best friend, soulmate status person that they can be. And then that lasts for like a couple months or whatever. And then like the alter ego comes back in. That's like a raging freaking monster. And then so this, it's two different people I was married to. Wow. So it's such a, without swearing, I don't know if I can swear on here, but it's such a thing.
This is
okay. Oh, okay. So I used to call it a mind fuck because I couldn't come up with a better term.
Okay.
And I used to even say to him, like, can you just stay this person? Right? Like, can you just stay this person? Because I don't want that other person in this marriage. Like this other person scares me. Like I just need, and he, not to give him credit, but he knew he had a problem. He knew he had a problem.
Yeah.
He knew he had a problem. And he tried to fix it. He tried.
Oh, wow. He tried.
He tried. He did try very hard to fix it, and he couldn't do it.
So
he couldn't fix it.
So knowing that he couldn't fix it, and you escaping that relationship, some of the things that I'm quite sure you had to feel like you had to fight yourself from trying to go back. You had to fight through the depression, but also there's like this how long did it take for you to feel liberated on the inside though? Like that bird getting out of the cage and finally free, like what?
5 years, just like the other day. I think I finally feel it. Like literally.
Wow.
After you asked some great questions. The other day, after the book, was published and on Amazon, because
Oh, hold up! You muted yourself by accident. On the computer. Being free from that cage, like that liberation. You said it took you 5 years.
Well, yes. I mean, I felt free.
You felt it the other day.
Yeah. So 100% free. Yes. I mean, it didn't come in one explosion, right? It came in stages, but I feel like the book writing process, like, having to pause me for a while. And then once that was published, I think I just.
Wow.
I feel like a new person.
Wow. That man. So I'm gonna get back to the freedom part, right? Because I want you to elaborate on the difference between being a victim of this and being stuck in victimhood because of it. Does this wound give people tools, the ability to make this wound, the wounding of the love bomb, not make them vulnerable, but make them victorious in a sense?
I
know.
I think because I've gotten such incredible feedback on this book. I think I had to write this book so people could understand what I went through. I honestly think that the emotional manipulation for so long is so much more detrimental to, at a soul level, than even just like being hit. And I'm not taking anything away from physical abuse. But I've heard it described as soul rape. And when I heard that one day, I'm like, that's what it feels like. When somebody that you love and trust with your life, like, completely rapes your soul.
Wow.
That's what it feels like.
Wow.
Right. So that's what it feels like. And so that is not easy to get over. And I never would call myself a victim. Never.
Yeah.
So it's the women that I've coached that have gone through this, and it takes a long time, because you have to learn to trust yourself again. And that is not easy. That doesn't happen overnight. And you're not going to get this by jumping into another relationship. And that's the hardest thing for people to understand. You have to learn to trust yourself again. And you need to take some time to be single. And a lot of people do not do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just bounce from one situation to the next, trying to feel it. Listen, we're going to take a quick 2.2 break. When we come back, we are going to continue this conversation with our special guests. I hope you guys are getting some good nuggets from Dianne Harris, who have the amazing book, The Love Bomb. She is dropping some hot monkey lava for us. We're going to take a quick 2.2 minute break. And when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with our special guest. It's your boy, Randy Choo. You know what we do. 2.2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Randy Choo, aka Mr. Choo On That, and we are back. And you know my special guest is still in the building. And if you are just now tuning in or have been with us the whole time, today's topic is the love bomb trap. Recognizing it, healing from it, rising above it. Thank you for everyone who's been listening on the Block 105 radio. We stream every Thursday at noon. And everyone who's going to be watching this live on the True Radio Network on YouTube and Facebook on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, let's dive back into said topic. Dianne said something very powerful. She was talking about it took her 5 years to get out of that whole thing. And she talked about something that we here on True Radio talk about all the time, and that's beginning to trust yourself again, right? And because the very thing that we have to understand is that healing or being healed is actually a journey. It's not a destination, right? And so a lot of times people feel like I have to be completely healed before I can move on to another situation. But then there's some people, like Dianne just said, that you just hop from relationship to relationship without even taking time to just know yourself, love yourself. How did you, Dianne, rediscover yourself? How did you begin to fall in love with you again?
One of the things that I had to do was really look inward for some answers, because I think for a while I was looking outward for answers, like listening to the podcast, reading all the books, going to therapy, hiring coaches, which are all amazing things. But the answers are inside.
Wow.
The answers are inside of us, and we have to be willing to go in, get quiet, and hear them.
You just cussed when you said get quiet. In a loud society, you just cursed the whole society out and said to get quiet. And I feel like getting quiet is the very thing that will help people not confuse intensity with intimacy.
Oh, yeah. And if I did that back then, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have stayed in that relationship. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because we can't change our past, but we can change our futures. And one of the things I had to do, Randy, and your guests, I hope they might hate this, but I hope they love it, is I had to really reconcile with what was my role in that relationship.
Uh-oh. Now we getting somewhere. Talk to us.
Because I allowed that to happen.
Wow.
For 8 years, I stayed. I made the choice every single day to stay in that relationship. And I pretty much essentially abandoned myself and tried to help fix, save, or change another human being, which I don't have the power to do that.
Wow.
So, and let's go back, to why little Dianne did that, right? So I had to go back decades to figure all this out. And a lot of people don't do this work ever, but if you're going to do it, middle age is usually the time that we decide to do this.
That is so true.
Okay, because something usually happens, right? In middle age, where you're like, damn, right?
Daggone midlife crisis. What is going on? Yeah, it happens.
So there it is. It is.
So that brings up the way that you talk is bringing up so many different things in my brain, like chemistry versus character, right? And so chemistry attracts you to a person, but character sustains that relationship, right? And so when I think about that and the way that you're explaining how you had to go back and you had to do some mirror work and get the answers from within, what if you, and I know this is in your book, I know it's in your book, so everybody has to go to Amazon, they have to get the Love Bomb, like you got to get it. But what is some of the things that you discovered about you, that you were like, okay, I see why I stayed this long, or why I was able to be manipulated in this way?
I think that in order for me to be loved, I had to be performing. And
Ooh.
although I thought I had a really great childhood, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I'm one of 6 kids. I had to do the same thing when I was growing up in order to get attention.
Wow.
You know?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was my coping skills when I was little, you
So you
know?
had to perform for your parents, is what you're saying, and your siblings.
Well, with a lot of siblings, you have to be either outspoken or quiet in order to get, noticed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it all connects. It all connects of like how you learned how to receive love growing up.
Wow.
It doesn't matter. Like, and our parents all did the best they could. All our parents did the best they could.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. No, that's a true statement.
Oh, totally. Even if they beat you, they did the best they could. You know what I mean? Like, it's just because they learned from their parents. I mean, that could be a whole nother thing, but we all are doing the best we can every single day.
Yeah.
But we can do better. We can do better.
Yeah.
We have to make that choice. Yeah. So
you found the correlation between at home growing up performing to get attention, and because the environment was similar in your previous relationship, it's like, oh
yeah,
let me continue to perform.
Yeah, I was a people pleaser. And I think I thought I connected with like, I have to be a people pleaser and do more for others in order to be loved.
Wow.
And so therefore I abandoned myself. Exactly.
Yeah. Neglecting yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. So what boundaries do you have in place now? Like, how do you protect you? Are you still learning that? Like, give us the...
No. I'm good now.
Okay.
So I think I always thought that boundaries were like, you were like, back in my day when we were growing up, you never wanted to be called a bitch, because if you were a bitch, like that was the worst thing you could be called growing up, was to be a bitch. And I was like, I didn't want to be that. And so I just was like, I'm not going to have boundaries. I didn't say that, but I just, of course I didn't even know what boundaries were, but I'm like, I'm just going to be easygoing. I'm going to be easygoing. I'm going to be nice to everybody, except for myself. Right. And so, no, I didn't have any boundaries, but yes, now I know, and I teach others that boundaries are for you and for nobody else. And everybody should have their own boundaries. They're personal. They're personal, and they're nobody else's business other than your own. Yeah. Right. And I encourage everybody to have them. My clients, my kids, everybody. They're just, they're just like, perimeters. If you don't like the word boundary, don't call back. They're your likes and dislikes. That's it.
Yeah. Your preferences, whatever you want to call them. Like it is what it is.
I mean, boundary, I guess it's a strong word, right? So if you don't like the word boundary, just think about your preferences, your likes and dislikes.
Use discernment.
Discernment's a great word. I didn't have any in that relationship. None.
Wow. I call discernment the security system of the soul, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of us need, because discernment doesn't mean like you're walking around like paranoid or like out of fear, but it means you're walking around with wisdom and lived experience that says, okay, I see this, and I'm going to stop it here before it grows into something it's like the parking lot of the heart. You know how you have those conferences and like they have questions, we're going to put this in the parking lot, we're going to table this. Like, I feel like discernment does that for us, for our souls, right? I also feel like that vulnerability shouldn't be cheap. I feel like people need to pay and earn your vulnerability. Your story is not just entertainment. Your Love Bomb book isn't just like, it's not for someone to be entertained. It's for somebody to learn and to grow and to be awakened to the reality of, dang, I could be in an abusive, love bombing relationship. And it doesn't, just like you said, it's soul rape.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have
I
to
know
be
that's
physical.
strong, but
It is, but it's real though.
Oh, that's how it feels. That's how it felt.
God, that is
Yeah.
okay. So real quick, give some people, as we're wrapping up, some like 2 to 3 practical steps that they can take if after listening to this episode, obviously going to get your book and they read it. And that's a hint. That means go get the book. What are some practical steps that they can take if they are awakened now that they're in a love bomb relationship? And then, before you answer that, and then also on the flip side, let us know how you redefine love bombing.
Oh, yes. The first question, and this is something that I did not do in this relationship, and this is what I do now every day. And number one is you need to listen to your body. And in order to listen to your body, you need to get quiet. Get in the shower, right? Close your eyes. Let that water drip on you. Like, how are you feeling? Take the deep breaths. If you don't meditate, you don't have to meditate, but get quiet. Like, sit in your car, put the phone down. No, sit by the beach. Take some deep breaths and listen to your body. And the more that you do, your intuition, your subconscious brain is going to start talking to you, and you will get answers. I promise. Guaranteed.
Wow.
You will. And that's how I live my life now.
Dope.
So you need to be in tune with your body. Mm-hmm. With your nervous system.
Yeah.
It's not even the brain. It's the nervous system.
Yeah.
It is the brain. It's the subconscious brain, but it's your nervous system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how I redefine love bomb, because when I was researching the word love bomb, so obviously we have love, we have bomb. And as we know, bomb can mean good or bad, right? So I wanted to redefine the word bomb, love bomb, into reclaiming your relationship with yourself. It's empowering, it's redefining, it's self-expression of self-love and empowerment, and just breathing that in and living it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Listen, if you didn't get anything from this episode, then you need to get a spiritual Q-tip, clean your spiritual earwax out of your ear, and then re-listen to this episode, because I'm telling you, there were some gems that was dropped today. The love bomb trap. Recognize it, heal it, rise from it. And I want to leave you with this. Love should not cost you your identity. Love should not make you abandon your discernment. And love, as Dianne just said, should not confuse your nervous system. Love should not require you to shrink, to chase, to beg, to overly prove, to overly perform, to have to constantly recover from an emotional whiplash. Real love does not trap you. It preserves you. Real love does not rush you. It calms you. And real love does not isolate you. It broadcasts your beauty in front of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Randy Choo, a.k.a. Mr. Choo On That. And I am here with my special guest, Dianne Harris. And before we get off of said show, please let everyone know what you have going on, how my audience can support you, where to get your book, and all of these things.
My book is on Amazon, Dianne Harris, with 2 N's, 2 R's. And my website is dianneharris.com. And all the socials, Dianne Harris Coach. Yes, and love to support you in your healthy relationship endeavors.
Yes. So if you need a coach, a mentor, a real woman in your life, oh God, go to her website and get it. And get her book from Amazon.com. Dianne, it's such an honor to have you on this platform. Thank you so much for giving me an hour of your time. And hopefully we'll have you back on in the future, even on some panel discussions and some dialogues, because it's a lot of gold you got hidden on the inside, and I'm going to just keep fishing out. You know what I'm saying? So, but listen, everyone, it's your boy Randy Choo, aka Mr. Choo On That. We will see you next time. Until then, deuces.
Choo on that. We dug in deep, now let it breathe. Take what you need, leave what you do not. Real talk, real issues, no sleep. Truth in the tone, it hit or it did not. If it made you pause, that is a good sign. If it made you think, let it change your mind. Do not just scroll, do not just react. Sit with the weight, then move with the facts. Choo on that. We said what we said, now build on that. You need to digest this, do not rush back. Take it to your life, let it work like that. Real talk, real issues, that is the track. If you felt that truth, you know where we at. Till next time, yeah, Choo on that. Follow the movement, subscribe, tap in, we back soon. Choo on that.